Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So today I want to talk about a card that I realized is incredibly problematic in ranked Hearthstone. I have been playing quite a lot of wild mode. I really grown to like wild mode. There's a lot of creative decks, but now that I'm reaching, top of the ladder, I'm about rank 4 right now, I am seeing a lot of the same. And a lot of the same means a lot of Paladin, a lot of aggro, and oh my god, a lot of Call to Arms. Call to Arms is the 4 mana new Paladin epic spell that recruits 3 minions, 2 or less mana from your deck. And this has been basically the center point of the power of Paladin in both wild play and standard play. This card alone just changes everything for Paladin. It has very similar notes as the Secret Paladin from the past because not only is it a really strong standalone card that you can kind of just fit in a deck that you're playing anyway, but it manipulates your deck so that it's stacked with draws in the late game, so it doesn't actually matter that you don't have much card draw, and you actually do have some card draw because Divine Favor is a thing in Paladin. So basically, not only does it have the crazy powerful effect, it means you're not drawing a dead 2-drop or 1-drop in the late game as frequently as you otherwise would. And that is such a big deal. You guys probably know the power level of this card in standard mode, but in wild mode, it is a different beast, okay? So, contrary to how I thought the mechanics were changed in this game, I thought all things come into play at once. All things need to be on the board for their effects to trigger. That's actually not true with this card for some reason. So if you have a Knife Juggler that was pulled as one of the 3 minions, if it was the first minion, it juggles off the second and the third. If it was the second minion, it juggles once off the third minion. So it actually has synergy with Knife Juggler, which again doesn't make any sense to me because the Knife Juggler isn't in play when the effect should resolve all at once, but I guess they can't get around that. It's not quite the Wild Pyromancer thing that they fixed some time ago, but in my opinion, should be very much the same thing. Regardless, you might think Knife Juggler is really good. You might have experienced a Knife Juggler fiasco, but let me tell you, in wild mode, people have Ship's Cannon. Ship's Cannon is basically Knife Juggler, but for 2 damage that triggers only off of pirates. However, you guys might have guessed, pirates are pretty good in Hearthstone right now, with patches being a thing. So what ends up happening is you have the double Knife Juggler effect in wild, let alone with higher quality minions, and it just gets so out of control. And the reason I mention all of this is I think it is roughly the time we start talking about the cards that are problematic in the game that we love, because they have kind of hinted at a balance patch in the near future. And we know that Blizzard, yes, they balance some things every now and then, certainly not often enough, but they do balance their game from time to time. They take into consideration the win rates of these cards, the impact of these cards, to say. But another thing they take into consideration is the public perception of these cards. They talked about nerfing some cards in the past, not because they were overwhelmingly powerful in terms of win rate, but because they were really, really horribly annoying or not fun whatsoever to play against. And I'd say this card is actually all of those things. So I think it's a card that needs our attention. It needs the nerf control perhaps at some point in the game. And I think the highlight to come kind of gives you a bit of a view into this. Keep in mind, yes, it was a pretty close game, and I actually did better than you might imagine. The deck I'm playing, the combo Malgus Druid, is about as good of a counter to the aggro Paladin of Wild as you can get. This is as good as it gets, okay? So keep that in mind when watching the clip to come. But I hope you enjoy it anyway, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah, basically everyone's playing aggro Pally right now. I have to assume that's what he's playing as well.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, that's really good. Maybe I should have Oaken Summons. If I got the ramp, it would have helped a lot.
Trust the pirate's code.
Shields off. Red alert.
No, I'm here. What?
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Turn 5, no hand, boys. Man, this deck is fucking stupid. Top deck call to arms, dude. I really hope they nerf that. I need him to break here, but it's a lot harder to break now that he played a call to arms. Oh, come on! Seriously! What the fuck is that? No cards in hand, top deck mode on turn 5. Top deck call to arms into top deck call to arms. It's fucking mind blowing, dude. Now it's really hard to break a top deck, so I guess muster or something. Really? That's like the biggest minion in the deck. Okay. Should I do that? No, I think I'm gonna wait a turn. Wow. Okay. Well, what's he gonna draw that does 10 damage? He has 2 cards left. Are you serious right now? Please nerf Call to Arms, Blizzard. Please. 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 Please!
Put this apple on your head.
It's not fair.
Reporting
Oh,
for
look.
duty.
Juggling 7 minions again.
Reporting for duty.
I'm almost out of cards.
I'm playing a deck that has an unbelievable amount of draw. He has 1 card left. He's 9 cards ahead. 9. This is silly.
None may steal our secrets.
No Tarim yet? Damn dude, never lucky.
Angora belongs to the
What kind of trash tar was that? Okay. Oh.
For the wild. Out of cards.
Out of cards, guys. Out of cards. It's like turn 12 or something right now.
Trust the pirate's code.
Yeah, I think I won.
Reporting for duty.
My hand is too full. Job done.
Reporting for duty.
None may steal our secrets.
I'm almost out of cards.
Children fill the skies.
The battle is over. You win.
Okay.